Get that fucking trash out of your life. You have legacies to build. We grew that business from 3.4 million to 17.1. Horsepower, not horse shit. You want to be the parent that's an ally. They don't need another fucking friend. Not everybody's cup of whiskey. Toughest advice for the toughest businessmen. Be relentless. I'm reading the biography of the great Benjamin Franklin, and I came upon a photo of his daily journal. The great Ben Franklin was famous for his daily journaling. In the morning, first thing at 5 a.m., he was one of these guys who owned the first hour of his day. Benjamin would get up in the morning, splash some water on his face, brush his teeth, prepare for the day. And then, of course, he had prayer time, he had reflection time, and he always would journal every single morning. So there's in his autobiography, there is a page with some of his journal writings. And this man worked from 5 in the morning till around 1 a.m. So he was one of these men, one of these outliers who could get by with 4 hours sleep, which I certainly am not one of those men. But on this journal page, it had a question that he asked himself every single morning and every single evening. And the question in the morning that he wrote down in his journal and answered was, what shall I do good with today? What shall I do good with today? And then in the evenings, before he would go to bed, he would ask himself that same question with a different angle, and he would say, what good did I do today? What good did I do with this day? That's it. What good did I do with this day? So, pretty powerful stuff. And I love questions. I love what questions can do. Tony Robbins said it best when he told me, he said, Michael, the quality of your life will end up being the quality of the questions you ask yourself. So this is a big one for me that I now started using just yesterday, because I journal every morning for 5 minutes. And I write down my 1 or 2 goals. I write down 5 or 10 things that I'm grateful for in my world. And I write down a few other things. But this is one of the questions that I'm going to start asking and answering every single morning. It takes 1 minute. What good shall I do with today? What good shall I do with today? And then in the evenings, just before Krista and I go to bed, I journal again for 5 minutes. I do the same thing. I write down a handful of things that I'm grateful for. At night, the main thing I do is I write down my goals. I write down my 1 or 2 goals again, and I just look at my day. There's a question in there in my journal that says, what would make today great? So I tick off those, I check mark those off to make sure that they happened. If they didn't, then I'll put them back on the next day. But at the end of the day, last night I did it for the first time. What good did I do with today? What good did I do with today? These are powerful, powerful questions, especially when you ask them daily and you write it down. There is nothing more powerful than the written word. So I keep my journal on my nightstand. You don't need anything special, any hardcover black book with paper. It doesn't have to be lined paper, better if it isn't. You don't have to buy a specific journal. My best journals have been blank pieces of paper in a hardback, and I just leave it on my nightstand. I don't take it anywhere else. My journal stays on my nightstand. Environment is for champions, willpower's for chumps. Every night I go in there, it's staring me right in the face before I go to bed. I pick it up, I put a red X up on the calendar if I've earned it, and then I sit down and I write for 4, 5, 6 minutes. It's like brushing my teeth. It's automatic. I wake up in the morning, I splash some water on my face, brush my teeth, say a gratitude prayer, and then boom, it's sitting there on the nightstand. I grab it, I write in it for a few minutes, and off I go. Writing your goals twice a day is a game changer. That's a pro level tip I learned from the great Grant Cardone. Write your goals twice a day, first thing, last thing. Game changer. But this is something new from Benjamin Franklin that I'm going to be using immediately in my world. What good shall I do with today? And what good did I do with today? And it's amazing because when you ask yourself this question, it's really going to put the focal point on service in your life. No service, no success. No success, no significance. No significance, no legacy. If you want to live a forgettable life, do not serve others. If you want to live a memorable life, if you want to live a life of significance, if you want to build a legacy, a badass legacy, so your grandkids, your great-grandkids, their kids actually know and remember who you were when they search you online 200 years from now, 300 years from now, there's actually a story there to be told, something to be learned from. There's actual legacy of giving, actual legacy of caring and compassion and empathy. So these are great questions for focusing on what's really important. If you're 45 years old, 55 years old, 65 years old, 75 years old, to me now, it's all about significance and legacy building. It's all about significance and legacy building. You shouldn't be involved in anything that's not going to outlive your human life. Again, Tony Robbins said it best when he said, the best way for us to spend our lives is doing something that will outlive it. The best way to spend our life is doing something that will outlive it. You get to age 45, 55, 65, even 75, you know, it's not just about the money. It's not just about the business. It's about that service. No service, no success. And then service gives you significance, and significance gives you a legacy. It makes your life memorable. It makes your life memorable. So you have to ask yourself, who have I been called to serve? Who have I been called to serve through my business? I hope for God's sakes you're not just selling insurance policies or selling, golf memberships. I hope to God you're not just drilling teeth and setting people's backs. I hope to God you're not just making food and serving lunch and dinners. I hope to God you're not just washing cars and working in construction. I hope to God that your life and your business is about the service of others. Because when you're doing your business, you just have to ask yourself, how can this business serve people? All the great businesses in the world, the billion-dollar companies, are about something. They have a massive why. They exist for a reason beyond transactions. Well, I get paid to, drill teeth, or I get paid to be a lawyer, or I get paid to be an accountant, or I get paid to be a butcher. And none of that stuff is a reason why. None of that stuff is service. None of that stuff is significance. None of it's legacy. So these two Benjamin Franklin questions will refocus your mind on what's truly important. What good shall I do today? What good shall I do today? And then at the end of the day, what good did I do? What good did I do? And if you answer those questions, I think there's going to be things that people that you personally served. I think that there's going to be things that you've done to improve yourself that are going to end up being good for serving other people. And overall, I just think that it's a wonderful way to go to sleep at night. When you put those victories, those tiny attaboys, gold stars in your mind, what a way to go to sleep for 8 hours. Because your subconscious movie is playing for the next 7 to 8 hours. Well, would you rather have your movie play, repeats of the evening news, or what you've been scrolling on your iPhone, or what you've been seeing on those echo chambers on anti-social media? Would you rather have positive images of the service you did, the little victories you had? You ask yourself these questions, and that's what you're going to have. As an example, last night, I asked myself that question before bed. I said, what good did I do today? What good did I do? And it brought up all kinds of things beyond just serving other people. I shot a video. I sent an email to thousands of elite men like you, elite, generous, and driven men. So that was my service for the day. A video that I shot and sent to my entire video email list. So that was an answer to that question. Good morning. On top of that, I was okay. Yesterday was the weekend, Sunday, so I was of service to my wife Krista, my queen Krista. We spent some time walking together. We spent some time sitting and talking. We spent some time planning our week. We spent some time sitting in the hot tub. We spent some time swimming, and we went for our family evening walk. So, there were the answers to that question. And then I put in there that, I had, what good did I do with today? Well, one thing is I was of service to my daughter Emery, my 10-year-old. She asked me right off the bat if I would go swimming, which I did. When we get in the pool, it's all about playing, right? We call it wrestling, and it's rough play, right? It's me and her playing. We call it wrestling, but it's roughhousing, and it's so good for kids. If you have young kids, you need to be playing physically with them. You need to be tossing the ball around. You need to be wrestling with them. You need to be play fighting with them. You need to be, rolling around. You need to be having fun. So when we get in the pool, it's just Project Mayhem. It's just, I'm throwing her in the air. I'm tossing her here, tossing her there. She's on my shoulders. I'm bench pressing her. She's jumping off my shoulders. It's pretty amazing stuff, but it's very physical. So then I get in the hot tub and I'm trying to relax, and she says to me, can we play this other game? And she gets in the hot tub. I was like, oh, I don't want to, I'm sore. And she just jumps in the hot tub. So what good did I do? Well, as a father, I gave her the only gift that she wants, the only gift that matters, which is time. Time. If you give your son or daughter or your grandkids or your wife time, 2 words, be there, well, that's serving others as well. It doesn't have to be a customer. It doesn't have to be a client. It doesn't have to be a patient. It doesn't have to be somebody else. Your number one priority is to be of service in your own home. To be the king of your own domain, you need to serve the people in your home first. You need to show up as an elite man, show up as an elite husband, show up as an elite father, grandfather, and then, and only then, do you focus on showing up as an elite businessman, entrepreneur, leader, and community service leader. So it all starts at home. It all starts with applause at home. It all starts with a focus on being a hero in your own home. How can you be a hero in your own home? You be a man of service to your queen and to your children, and every single day you serve the people under your roof. You're a servant and a lion. You're a servant and a badass. You're a servant and a king. So I thought I would share that, what I read in the Benjamin Franklin autobiography. It's a tremendous book about a tremendous man, and I'll share some more stuff as I complete it. But those 2 questions added to your morning and your evening will literally transform your mental state. It'll help you emotionally, it'll help you mentally, it'll help you spiritually. What good shall I do today? What good shall I do today? What a powerful, badass question. And then, what good did I do today? What good did I do? We're blessed with a day, 24 hours, a tour of duty. It's our moral obligation. I feel it's our moral obligation to do good. I believe it's our moral obligation to serve others. I believe that service, legacy, and significance are our moral obligations. So I'm going to continue doing this every morning in my journal. What good shall I do today? And what good did I do today? So I'm putting together an email millions mastermind. If you want to apply, you better do it now. emailmillions.coach. You can watch a short video. I didn't take any time to do some slick sales page or sales letter. I just slapped up a video and a headline. If you don't know what this can do, then you don't know what this can do. It's a 12-month email mastermind once a month. So here, who is it for? It's for entrepreneurs. It's for small business owners like us. It's for founders. It's for marketers. It's for coaches, investors, anybody that's in the money business. It's for anybody that's looking to create cash flow fast. Who is it not for? It's not for whales. It's not for men and women that are swamped in leads already. It's not for men or women that are, whales in terms of cash flow, where you have hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars each month. You don't need any more cash flow. You don't need any more leads. Then this program, this mastermind, is not for you. It's going to be a waste of your time, and it's going to be a waste of your money. So I highly recommend, if you have tons of cash flow and tons of leads now, don't buy this product. Don't join this mastermind. You don't really need this, and it's just going to be another thing you have to do. So I'm saving you time and money. What will it do? What is it? Well, it's an email millions mastermind. It's 12 months. So we have a training one time per month for 60 minutes, 90 minutes at tops, where I do a training on email. How to use email, okay, on a draft beer budget to live a champagne badass lifestyle, basically. Email to me is the eighth wonder of the world. I used it in every business I've ever been involved in. And I've used email to literally make tens of millions of dollars in all my different companies. Email saved my ass in the insurance business. Email built my barber shop. Email and mail built BadAss Brotherhood. Email and mail has built any company that I've been a part of. It's my number one marketing weapon. It and real mail in the mailbox are my weapons of mass production. But 99.9% of businessmen have no clue how to build a list, how to create a relationship with an email list, and how to send an email once or twice a week that literally floods your business with leads. Literally floods your business with cash flow. They just simply don't do it. So I kept scratching my head and saying, how can I help these men get an email a week out? How can I get them to send 52 emails a year, one per week to their list? How can I get them to start with no list and end up with lists of hundreds, if not thousands of people? Just like I did in all my different businesses. I did it in the hockey business. I started with 0 people on my list in the insurance business. I started with 0 people at the barber shop on my list. I started with 0 people on my email list at with the hockey team. And then I built it up to 50 and 175 and finally, 200 people and then 400 people. And I got these lists up to thousands and thousands of prospects and clients. And I wrote the emails in such a way that I was a welcome guest. I was a good news merchant. I was always showing up with something fun, something unique, something interesting, and something relevant. You can send emails all you want, but if they're not the most interesting, the most relevant, and the most fun thing that somebody has that day in their world, you have no chance. So I write what I call personality marketing emails. So as part of this program, I'm going to teach you how to do that. But more importantly, I'm going to do it almost all for you. So every week, I'm going to write one email for the entire group. And it'll be a simple email that I've already sent to my list that you can take and you can add a few things or subtract a few things and send it to your list the next day. So I'm literally going to write 52 emails for you this year. One per week. I send them per week. Once you get your software program set up and you start to have, 50 people on your list, then 75 on your list, then 100 on your list, then 1,000 on your list. You get in the habit of sending an email maybe every Tuesday and every Thursday, but at least once a week. And I'll write the emails for you. I've written these for years. They're the same emails for any industry. Merry Christmas, Happy St. Patrick's Day, Super Bowl emails, World Series emails, pop culture emails, contest emails, family emails, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Easter emails, birthday emails. I actually have an email that I broke my own personal record with a 51% open rate. You may not know if that's good or bad, but I broke my all-time Michael McLean email millions record open rate. 51% of this email gets open, and I've done it now a number of years. I'll be sharing that email in the mastermind right off the bat. It's an email that you can send. It's only like 15 words long, and you'll get a 50% open rate. Now, most people have open rates of 8%, 9%, 11%. If you're really good and you have a really good list, 15 to 20%. If you're world class, like my video emails here, walking every day, 31%, which is just, I mean, it's because of my videos, right? But mostly you're going to be in the 9 to 10% open rate. So 90% of people don't click, they don't receive, they don't open, and they don't read. So what I teach allows you to get up there into the 20s and 30s, and I even have that welcome email that gets opened by 51%. That's my record. 51% people open this 17-word email. I'll be sharing that on the training, and then you can send it to your list. 17 words. So I'll show you the software to buy to get it. I'll tell you how to get your emails delivered. Deliverability is the worst right now. You end up in the spam folder, the promotion folder. If you don't know how to do this, there's no sense in even doing it. So I've made it really simple. I was going to charge $500 a month. I was even thinking of charging $997 a month, because what is it? 1 or 2 sales a week would cover that nut. But then I want to make it affordable for top 5% business owners. I want to support the small business owner. That's what I'm about. So my mission says help 1 million businessmen. So I decided to do it this way. Instead of charging $500 a month for the 12-month mastermind, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reward my mastermind members, my champions, my world builders, and my newsletter brothers, men that subscribe to my Michael McLean letter. If you're in any of those 3 groups, you get the fat discounted rate of $97 per month. Are you kidding me? $97 per month for 4 emails per month, 52 emails per year, plus a live training every month with Yours Relentless. If you can't make the training, they're all recorded. We'll keep them in our private locker room forum for this mastermind, so you can go in it again and again. You can use these emails over again and again. You have all this stuff for lifetime access. And every month I'll teach you something new, but most importantly, we're going to start in May. By next May, you will have sent 52 emails. All you have to do is tweak them and press send. That's your job. So if you don't have an hour a week, if you don't have a couple of hours a month to attend a training for 90 minutes, if you don't have 10 minutes to send an email, then don't sign up for this. If this is going to take 10 or 15 minutes a week to take the email I send you, to tweak it, and then press send. Ugly beats pretty. Send it. So at the end of the year, by this time next May 2024, you will have sent 52 emails. What do you think will have happened to your business? Do you think your business will have gotten smaller? Do you think your leads will have reduced? No. You'll have new leads, new customers. You'll have lots of upsells. You'll have more referrals. You'll be talked about, respected, and referred. And you will have the greatest asset ever. I remember the day that I sold my McLean Insurance email list. 63,000 active emails and first names. Over 63,000. I built that up over 17 years, and I started with 1 email. 1 email to 63,000 emails. And I remember selling that to the company that bought my agency for $500,000. By the way, here's my email list. It's my #1 asset. Oh, what do you do with that? I'm like, well, I generate dozens and dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of leads every week by sending a simple plain text email to this list. Oh, wow, we've never heard of another insurance agent that did that. No, you probably haven't. I want 500 grand in addition for that. That's on sale. So when you're finally wanting to walk away into the sunset with your business, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 25 years from now, you'll have an asset, an email list. Maybe it's 500 people, maybe it's 1,000 people, maybe it's 25,000 people, maybe it's 100,000 people. But if you communicate with that list once a week, 52 times a year, you literally have a relationship with that list where you can sit down, you can write a plain text email, no videos, no pictures, and you can press send, and you can literally fill your email inbox with leads, with cash flow, and you're always building the relationship with goodwill. Think about that. You press send, 10 or 15 minutes a week, press send, and you got 5 new leads. You got 2 new leads. You got 3 new leads. An email isn't free, but it's very inexpensive. You have to put in your time, and you got to have the software. And I do have the software for you that I use. It's a friend of mine away from big tech, has nothing to do with Google. It's where you want to build this asset. So interesting stuff, right? I'm going to cap this at 100 men for the year. So if you want to reserve your seat at the table, it's $97 for my VIPs, my newsletter tribe, my mastermind members. If you're a civilian or an outsider, it's $147 per month, which again is a complete steal. So $147 for civilians, $97 for my VIPs. And I can tell you right now from my own personality, I know I'm undercharging. There's something telling me I am. So I reserve the right to change this price anytime during the next year or two for anybody that signs up late. So if you want to lock in $97 per month, do it today. Emailmillions.coach. Emailmillions.coach. $147 per month for civilians, normies, and $97 for BadAss World Builders, my VIPs, subscribers, tribe members, brothers. And that's it for today. Email millions, cash flow and leads, cash flow and leads, cash flow and leads. When I started sending emails, it saved my business from going bankrupt. I wasn't able to make the $30,000 a month payment to my dad, and what came to the rescue? Simple plain text emails to my list. I built a list and I emailed it for 17 years. If I hadn't made that one single decision, I would have went bankrupt. There would have never been any insurance story. I was literally teetering at the brink. I couldn't write that check unless I had more leads and more cash flow. I was literally broke. And plain text emails that sold millions of dollars made all the difference. Same thing in the barber shop, same thing with the hockey team. Every week, emails, emails, emails. Look at this business. I send 7 emails a week to you. I send 7 videos a week, 365. You think I don't believe in email millions? Emailmillions.coach. Go there and apply, and we get started in May. Champions, not chumps. Winners, not do-nothings. 2 words that changed my life, 2 words that will change your life. Be relentless.